January transfer window's open, and I've got my top target, Cody Gakpo. He is leaving on a free at the end of the year. And I had the chance to sign him. But he wanted like 150k, and that was at the very start of the transfer window. I'm like, no. I'll be patient. I'll wait, and I'll see if I can actually afford that later in the transfer window. It's now the 31st, and he still doesn't want to talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 18th episode of the FM23 West Brom Save with me, Rexo FM, where today we are versing Arsenal and then Norwich in 2 games, as well as finishing up the January transfer window, where hopefully we can sign our top target, which is of course Mr. Cody Gakpo. I don't know why I'm looking in this screen, because I would go to this screen and I click on him here because he's on a short list. Gakpo is the man I want, but he is not the man I've signed, because I have signed some men. So if you are excited to find out which players I have brought in, please make sure you do smash the like button, as well as subscribing to the West FM YouTube channel so you don't miss more Football Manager content just like this. Can we please smash 10 likes on today's video to celebrate being in the January transfer window and being in a decent position in the Premier League. 11th spot, it's not quite as high as we did in the last episode on, but still playing decent football, miles away from the relegation zone. 17 points, I don't think we're getting relegated this year, and we are only 3 points away from 7th place Wolves, so we are in around that vicinity that we want to be, and since last time we saw each other, we've come away with some okay results, some not so great results. I can't remember the last game I showed you. I think it was Newcastle and... it was Newcastle and Everton. It definitely was. I think. Yep, no, I'm pretty sure. No, it was. And now I've played these 5 games off camera. Man City, West Ham, so we're out of the FA Cup. A win to Brentford, though. A 2-0 loss to Crystal Palace, which was unfortunate. But then bounced back straight away with a 1-0 win against Newcastle away from home. So good results here and there. And now we've got to verse Arsenal at home. 3rd place side at the moment. I imagine a pretty elite club, but we do have some reinforcements. Since last time we saw each other, we have managed to sell one player, and it is Juan Bernat, and it will be clear why we sold him in a minute, but he's coming on a free. We've sold him for 4 million. We're paying a bit of his wages, but not too much for the time being. I think he's going to be a decent player for them. He was a player that was playing a lot of games for us, actually. I'm going to completely hold my hands up and say, yes, that is true. But with Miranda, and with this new player that was signed, the young man, his name is Silas something, and he comes in for just £7.25 million, no potential of rising in that fee, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He is a bit rough around the edges with his technical stats at the moment. Even his mentals aren't quite there, but his physicals are brilliant. I think he can have a rotation role for us from now. I think he seriously could be pushing for that starting spot. Not the only player we've signed though. Another player for the exact same fee. Another youngster coming in. This one is Oscar Sobregrau, who comes in from Barcelona. I've been keeping my eye on him for a wee while. And again, he's got a great potential, and to be honest, I think his stats suggest he's probably better than he actually is with that 2-star current ability. Very nice stats across the board, great mentals, and a great potential. Out on loan to Cardiff now, where hopefully he's going to get some serious first-team football, and again, another very good youngster signing, because this is going to be a long-term save, boys and girls, so we want to make sure we have some long-term players in here. Brewster's still out with an injury, so this is the team that we're going to be using against Arsenal. Hull still playing very well off camera. Obviously on camera he didn't do that insanely well, but 4 goals, 3 assists, so he is getting some appearances here and there. And for now, with Mudryk not fully fit, he is going to start this game. We've also got a wee bit of a tired player in the form of Silas. So we are having Miranda starting, which I'm not too worried about, because they are basically rotation starting players, because both of them start just as much as the other. But aside from that, very strong 11. It is going to be a tough ask to beat this Arsenal side, but I do think that we can cause them problems. The media, I do love that, not the media, sorry. I do love that you get the wee report from the board and the fans before each game telling you what they're expecting you to do. And I was a little disappointed to see that they wanted us both the board and fans to draw this game. I feel like that's quite a high expectation considering they're on a good run right now. They brought in some good players like Guehi, Milinkovic, as well as who was in the midfield. We'll find out in a second. Coupon Miners, Diaz on the right hand side. Like, they've got a good squad. So I think it is certainly going to be a difficult ask for us to come away with even a point from this one. But of course, we've got the ability to win against any team at any point in time, especially when we're at home. So let's hope we can do exactly that in today's game. 20 minutes gone, no highlights to speak of, but a dominant performance by us so far. 4 shots to their 1, and 50% possession. There's only just gone back down to 50-50 because it was in our favour. Should be only a matter of time before we swing across in, have a highlight come our way, but none to speak of in the first half. A little bit disappointing, but I am happy that we're dominating the game so far. And if we keep going in this way, I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time before we get a real goal scoring opportunity. Edwards on a 7.5, Balikwisha on a 6.2. That does tell me that some players are playing better than others in our team at the moment, and I think Balikwisha is going to have to come off for that low rating, and it's an obvious swap for me. Mudryk, move Hall to striker, and see how that goes for the last 30 minutes of this game. Sanchez can also come on because we've got a tired Emerson Royale, and we have a highlight. I don't think it's a real one, but we're still going to act like it's a real one because it's the first highlight of our entire game. Edwards on the ball, plays it into Gallagher, now into Anthony, into Ryder, and we're passing it around with a lot of confidence against a side that I am respecting very highly here, a very good Premier League side, and we are still able to keep a hold of it. Balikwisha keeps a hold of that one. This is going to be his last contribution. Can it be a good one as Edwards gets onto the end of it? Balikwisha into Almada, and it's not a fake highlight. It is a real highlight, but I have to say, I think it occurred because I made a tactical change. I don't think it would have happened if it wasn't for that, but thank goodness I made the tactical change because Balikwisha picks it up after Edwards has fought to the last chance to get that ball back. Tierney heads it in right to Balikwisha, and Almada just knows how to finish his dinner, puts it in in the bottom corner from the edge of the box. We're still going to make that substitute, but oh my goodness, that is a good way to start the first highlight of the game. And now we have another one. We're on the ball, into Sanchez, back into Anthony. Ryder's on the ball, playing it back in. We're putting everything through Anthony at the moment. Maybe shouldn't be putting it through Sanchez with passes like that, but I do back us to win the ball back at some point in this highlight, as we do right here, right now. Hall wins it, trying to get past a couple of players, can't quite find space, put the ball into the mixer, and it almost comes down to one of our players, but eventually we do win it back through Sanchez. Gallagher putting it over into Mudryk, fresh legs, puts it into the top corner, and it is 2-0. And what were you talking about before, Raxo? Saying that you couldn't beat this team, weren't even going to draw against them. A 2-0 lead and a dominant performance so far is saying otherwise, because we are playing very well. And Gallagher, again, still playing very well as well, putting a great ball over the top, and Mudryk just hits it on the first time volley, puts it into the top corner. Nothing Ramsdale could do. He is flat-footed, and we have gone 1-0 up. Sorry, one more goal up. 2-0 up in this game. A great performance so far. And now I am going to get some key players off. Lincoln is going to come on for Edwards. I think Almada is probably going to have a break at some point too, because we do have, I think, a quite congested schedule coming up, as we almost can see there. Let's not make too many substitutes. Well, it's a bit late for that, isn't it? Lincoln makes a fine tackle, but I think that's the end of the highlight, and we're okay with that. As long as they're not getting any opportunities to finish their dinner, it's all that matters to us. Let's make that the last substitution actually. It'll be Ceballos coming on for Almada. Played very well, got us the go-ahead goal, and I think that's probably what's going to be the driving force behind us winning this game. If we didn't get that, who knows what would have happened, but they could get a consolation here. It's probably not even going to be a consolation, actually. It's going to be a real attacking opportunity for them. Patino with his first goal of the season. Lafont manages to get a hand onto it, but it's not enough to save the well-placed free kick, to be fair. I would kind of like to see that going across over the top of the bar, out for a corner. And now this Arsenal side is certainly going to be attacking us in the last couple of minutes. But Hall picks it up. Mudryk has a one-on-one. Surely this is the highlight. Surely this is it. He's put it straight at Ramsdale. And they do that a lot in Football Manager still. It was a real problem for a while. You never scored one-on-ones, but again, I think it is becoming a bit of an issue, but at least we've come away with the win. No one's given us a chance out there. That was really special. I know it's not what I said, but in hindsight, I probably should have said that, because it's exactly what I've just said to us, because it is special. We weren't expected to win that game, and now we have 2 days left until the transfer window closes. I don't know why it closes on the 2nd now. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, we'll take it. It's a great performance. It's another 3 points. It puts us up into 7th place for now. And actually, unless Crystal Palace or Tottenham win their games, which is actually quite likely to be fair, we're going to stay there for the week. So fingers crossed that happens. And we are seriously in contention for those European spots. We're doing a great job at the moment. We just need Brewster to come back from injury. Maybe a very tidy signing like a Elise, who I've been looking at for a long time. I'm also bidding for this Moriba lad, who I'm hoping can come in as a rotation option. I think it's a very good signing for just £6 million. And of course, Gakpo. He's got to be our main target. I really want that contract negotiation thing to come back up. But I'm not super convinced I'm going to be able to get the deal across the line, because his agent's not chuffed with us. He's not chuffed with us after the breakdown. But at least he's only wanted by one other club, so fingers crossed. Cody is still not a West Brom player and still does not want to talk to us. I think he's just lost interest, which I can respect to a degree. But I really, really want him. Manchester United are in for him now. Please join us instead. He's definitely not going to join us. But I did make some transfers, and they include this. No one's gone out on transfer apart from Lincoln, who's going to be joining the club for 8 mil at some point. I'm not sure when, but it's an average profit. He was an okay player for us, but I think I knew at the time that I overpaid for him, so I'm happy to get that amount of money for him. And we brought in 3 new signings. One being Moriba, who I've already told you about. Of course, I wanted to pick him up. Came in for an absolute bargain price of £6 million. Stoked with that. I think it's just a no-brainer for a huge potential player and a very decent player at this current point in time. Good Premier League player. So yeah, cannot complain about that. Next player that we brought in was a player on loan. Is Abdi, who I was originally going to try and sign on a free, but he's already accepted to go to Southampton, which is kind of annoying. But he's just a rotation player, out on loan, going to do the job for us if we get injuries. And the last player that we signed is Leo Grimmel. We're definitely just going to call him Leo. A new centre-back option. I did think he'd be slightly better, I have to say, but still I think his stats are really nice. His current ability is decent. He's only 24 years of age. I think we're now pretty stacked for the centre-back. We've got Anthony, who is only 24. We've got Amle, who's now 20. We've got Leo, who is 24. And we've got Lukeba, who is 23. So I don't think we should worry about the centre-back position. For some time, we just need to keep playing them. Hope that they improve, and I'm sure that we'll be all good. I'm going to start Silas in this game, and I don't feel the need to start anyone else. Still got quite a few players out with injuries. Well, okay, Brewster out with an injury. That's it, actually. So that's actually not bad for us. Sanchez has been dropped down to the bench, which I do feel very bad for him. The reserves. But he's not quite the standard we need, and Leo can play out on that right-hand side. So we do have that covered if we do need, and I think this team is going to win this game. I think it's a very good squad. I think we've done an incredible job to build the team that we have. I think we're going to be a nailed-on Premier League for many years to come. I'm looking forward to continue improving it as we try and push Champions League spots in the near future. For now, we need to verse this Norwich City side, and we're going to jump straight into it now. If it could, simulate a bit faster, that would be lovely. I did think I was ready to go. Are we ready to go now? And okay, it was still simulating that. That's okay. Norwich City 13th, we're 8th. I believe we lost to them at the start of the season in our first game. So let's get a bit of revenge here. Let's come away with a win. And let's use these boys. Come on, let's jump into it. Big win coming up. Couple of squad numbers need to be handed out. 22 for Leo, and Moriba can get number 20. Sounds good to me. Let's jump into it. Come on, it's going to be a decent win. It's going to be a great game. We've got Gilmore versing his old side, who we went on loan with years ago. So not too much of a big drama going on here, but I do expect a decent affair as they are down in 13th place. Still a good squad, so it could go either way. As long as there's a bit of action, a bit of opportunities, and some goals by Balakwisha, Mudrick and Edwards, I will not complain. And a man that definitely could score a goal, Almada on the ball right now. Picks it up in the right area, back into Edwards, and almost finishes it. Luckily, it just goes just wide of the post for that Norwich goalkeeper. But a good early opportunity for us after just 11 minutes, and it is another corner coming in. Cleared out straight away, Ryder picks it up, into Amley, into Mudryk. But we do end the highlight there, 2 shots to their 0, and a bit more possession for us. I do think this is going to be our dominant performance as Gallagher picks it up into Edwards. Edwards finishes it. And that is why you need to be patient with players at times, because he did not start the season well at all. But he seems to be really comfortable now, and it is a decent assist by Gallagher once again, really racking those up in the season now as that box-to-box midfielder. And Edwards just puts it top corner on his left foot, his stronger foot. He's doing so well for us at the moment, and if he can keep playing like this, he is going to continue being incredible. Almost a goal there for our man Anthony, but can't quite get it on target. But it's again more warning signs for this Norwich side, showing that we are the better of the two sides. And if we win this game, we are going into 7th place, staying in 7th place in fact, because there must have been some drop points by Newcastle or Tottenham or Wolves or someone that is leading to us sitting in those, I believe, Conference League positions. But we would take the Conference League, because I would like to think we'd be able to attract slightly better players if we had European football in general. Let's hope that we can get exactly that at the end of the season. It is them trying to pump it forward, but it's Emerson Royale, a player with plenty of European football experience, getting it back. Amley back into him, into Edwards. Edwards trying to find space, and he does. He smashes it over to Mudryk, and Mudryk has options in the middle. Can he find either of them? He can find Almada, and Almada makes it 2-0 on the night. 7 minutes to go until half-time, and it is a beautiful performance by us. Mudryk with an assist there. Almada, of course, I told you he's a danger man. He smashes it against the goalkeeper. Just too much power for him to actually save it, and it goes into the back of the net. Beautiful finish, beautiful play, and it all comes from straight from the back. Amley into Emerson Royale, then it comes into, I don't know, someone else, into Mudryk, into Almada, goal. How do you like that? Okay, back on it, and it's again coming in from the defence. This time we do lose the ball. Edwards is fighting to win it back, but I have a feeling we're going to get it back somewhere around here. Yes, we do. It is Gallagher that picks it up into Balikwisha. Balikwisha finds Edwards. Can he score again? Oh, it is a very tight angle, to be fair, and the goalkeeper's covered it very well, leading to yet another corner. I feel like this is the 4th or 3rd corner that we've seen in this game. Still no real, opportunities coming from them, apart from that Anthony one. So actually that was a real opportunity. But I'm very pleased with the performance so far. Dominant against a side that is decent, and we're moving into those European spots, which is just such a surprise to see after moving up from the Championship last season. Obviously, we were the best Championship side of all time, like on a records basis, for reference, not just me saying that. Like, actually, we do have proof to say that. But I did not think we'd come up and do the job the way that we have here. We are really solid. A lot of decent signings this year, and the tactic just works. Even with Balikwisha up there instead of our main man Brewster. I imagine if we still had Brewster, I wonder what would be happening. But Balikwisha has come into that spot really well, done a job, and actually could have an opportunity here as Edwards. Nah, he finishes it himself. Emerson Royale with the assist, and that is double for him on the night. Very good performance for the boys. 3-0 lead. Can't see us losing it. Look at all those yellow cards for them too. We're just causing them to feel frustrated, make mistakes, and we are going to give Leo his debut in the right back position, which isn't his preferred position, but I will give him a crack in there. Gallagher playing well, but I'm also going to give Mariba his debut, and I'm going to take Balikwisha off and bring Hall on to make 3 substitutes in one go. Half an hour to go in this game, and we do have plenty of fresh legs. Hopefully they do well, as Leo has his first touch of the football, gets it again, and plays it into Edwards. Edwards tries to find Hall, but Hall doesn't quite have the pace to get onto it, but we are going to press them. And I think we're going to win the ball back. I don't see them creating any attacking opportunities at this current point in time. We're playing too well for them. Of course, as I say that, they create an attacking opportunity. This is definitely their chance. Aarons goes in. Nunez shoots it. It's tipped around the post pretty comfortably by Lafont, though. And it comes to a corner for them. But again, not worried about it. They're going to put a ball in. We're going to head it out. And it's not going to be an opportunity. It's not even headed out. They've just put too much juice on it. And the highlight ends. 4 shots to our 18. I mean, if they score now, it'll be majorly against the run of play. It'll just be a consolation. But I would love to keep a clean sheet here. And we do still have 2 substitutes left in the bank. I'm going to make one of them. And it's going to be Miranda to come on for Silas, and then we're going to save the next one just in case we do pick up an injury to anyone. It's the worst thing when you have made all 5 of your substitutes and then someone picks up an injury, and it's just very frustrating, isn't it? So let's make sure that doesn't happen by holding on to it for now. But there's only 15 minutes to play. I can't see anything too bad happening. Mudryk is a bit tired on that left-hand side, so I think he will be the man to make way if we do, when we do, right now, make that substitute. It is going to be Ceballos to come onto that left-hand side. We're riding on a high now. Don't think any more opportunities are coming, but it is not necessary for us because we've come away with all 3 points. 3 goals, 3 points, a great performance by Edwards, a great performance by the team, and a great way to end a very successful episode. I did not expect it to go that way. I mean, it was 2 games that I knew that we could win, but the Arsenal one is real special. And of course, the transfer window going quite well for us too. Edwards has now got an average rating of 7.11, which of course is a really good rating. He's considered a good Premier League player, close to full potential, and we are flying at the moment, and we have plenty of football left to play. And incredibly tough into the season though, when we're going to be pushing for those final Champions League spots, or Europa League, or Europa Conference League spots. I think that could be a real difficulty. We are about 10 points away from Arsenal, so actually I don't think we're quite going to be getting that close, but hopefully that 6th place spot could be up for grabs because we're only 1 point away from Chelsea as things stand. Let's hope we close that gap off camera, and we will come back probably sometime around the end of the season. I think we probably will just come back for the Liverpool and Leicester game. I'll simulate these games in between, and fingers crossed we keep this form up because we are playing some decent football at this current moment in time. 3 wins in a row and only a couple of losses this month with Man City and Crystal Palace. As long as we keep that up, we will be in the right position at the end of the season. Let's keep it up, and let's get that like button smashed. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see you all